Hello world, welcome back to our beautiful NuWave Leadership channel. And today again, we are here, Vishnupriya Aristo, one of the co-founders of NuWave Leadership, and myself, Sabrina Lindner, the other co-founder of NuWave Leadership. And today we would like to share question 6 that Vishnupriya asked the collective of one in one of our channeling sessions. And of course, also the answer that we got and the perspectives that Vishnupriya and myself have around that particular question. So I hand over to Vishnupriya to read the question to us.
Yes, and this is one of my other favorite topics, which is enlightenment. So, this is a topic that I had been researching for such a long time since my journey, maybe like about 5 years, I would say, since I started this journey in the holistic wellness industry. And enlightenment always was such a, I had so much curiosity towards what is enlightenment? How can I achieve it? I'm also a person who had taken some spiritual journeys to different physical places, especially in India, where the enlightenment teachings, ancient Indian enlightenment teachings, and trying to find how to attain enlightenment and all of that. So I hope all of you can understand where I'm coming from, and therefore my curiosity around enlightenment, and I was literally blown away with the answer once again, that I had to throw away all sorts of other teachings that I learned before. So let's go for it. My question was, so what is enlightenment according to you? What is your perspective around that? So let's hear it from Sabrina, the exact answer that COO gave us.
Yes. So the COO responded, and sometimes they talk in we and sometimes they talk in me terms. So just go with the flow here. My perspective on enlightenment is that that is a space where you can truly be in those frequencies in the present moment. And those frequencies refer to ease, joy, love, abundance, what we have learned in previous questions we have shared. And it is not just a theory to you. And that in turn means that your purification process is extremely fast, extremely efficient. And the energy in the universe benefits from that because the more beings there are that purify the energy faster, the more the whole exchange, the cycle of energetic flow in the universe can be alive. You can imagine that what energy needs is a lot of circulation. It is not something that should ever be stagnant. And the more and the faster it can be purified and go through that process of basically, it is like refreshing it, the better for the universe at large. So that is the collective of one's answer. And I again hand it to Vishnupriya to put her perspective to that as well.
So, yes, I hope all of you now know why I was blown away with the answer. Such a simple, short answer, but very, very profound again. And for me, it's such a perspective from that oneness, right? So, as I said, so many other teachings that I had gone through previously, everything puts that kind of a ladder where you have to go through this ladder in order to reach an enlightenment, usually at the top of it. So, even, something like the Map of Consciousness by David Hawkins, if you see that particular, that was one of the things that I always referred to. The level of consciousness map is what it's called. And the highest frequency of that is enlightenment, which is true. But the thing is, once we start following it, we always feel like I was feeling that I have to climb up the ladder, and enlightenment means perfection. If I have to be perfect, then I have to be enlightened. All of those were my limiting, maybe 3D belief systems that I was getting into as I was, learning so many different teachings. But here, as you can see, it's totally a very different perspective. So now, if you ask me what is enlightenment, my answer would be from what COO has taught us. So enlightenment is a space, as COO says, where you can feel that ease, love, joy, abundance frequencies at every moment, like at every present moment. And it's not something that you need to climb up or get there. Rather, it's lived in the present moment. So it's not like it's going to take you 100 years to get there. even in this very second. All of us are going in and out of those frequencies, right? So when you take a particular day, let's say 8 hours of a day, multiple minutes or seconds in those hours, you might be moving in and out of those frequencies. And therefore, enlightenment, as COO calls it, we are just moving in and out of that space of enlightenment. And then I guess there is this purification process, right? So it means that when I'm in those frequencies, vibrating at those frequencies, which is basically enlightened, um, at that moment in time, I am crossing, or the energy is flowing through me at the fastest rate possible, right? And that will also be a space that feels truly amazing for us. It's like it's juicy, it's delicious, if those are the words, to be at that moment feeling those frequencies. So again, it's such a beautiful definition to it, and it also inspires each one of us as we listen to it. It inspires us to feel those essences every moment, right? So that's how I would say and explain. Over to you, Sabrina.
Yes, I absolutely love what you said here, because that's also one of the aspects of this response that I love the most. Just imagining how, when we let energies flow through us really fast, and those beautiful energies of ease, joy, love, abundance, they make our energy flow really fast, we are basically contributing to the life of the universe. Just imagine how everything lights up and gets sparkly and beautiful and energized as we let those energies flow through us, and even if it's just for a second. And that's the very beautiful aspect of it. And again, I was never into all these spiritual practices. I only got in touch with it recently, so I didn't even know anything about enlightenment. But in my world, there was a lot of, this is a good person and this is a bad person. And a good person would live certain qualities and would have a certain level of respect for others and would have a certain level of awareness about themselves. And a bad person would be, the opposite, not being self-aware, not respecting others, and all that. So there was still this kind of good and bad thinking and putting people into those boxes. And then whenever I would do something that is not in line with my box of this is a good person, you can imagine what happens. My energies become very slow moving, even slower moving than they were probably as I did something strange that I wasn't in alignment with, because I would judge myself and I would judge everyone around me. So, that's what usually happens with all these common theories. But here again, also like Vishnupriya said, what I love about all this is the idea of non-judgment. It's all fine. And just in the next second after you have done something, you can completely turn it around and have your energies flow faster. And isn't that the most amazing type of life, where we become aware that every second we can change whatever it is that we feel is not in alignment with fast flowing, beautiful energies? Over to you, Vishnupriya.
Absolutely. So I hope all of you loved this answer of what is enlightenment. And maybe if you also had different theories in mind, this is going to be a very different answer. And as I said, it just blew me away. And it also wanted me to follow this rather than any other definitions, because this is the simplest, non judgmental definition that I personally got through all my journey. All right. I hope you love this. Please do like, share, and subscribe. And we are going to see you in the next video.
See you soon.